and it's time to begin the round of 8. We're here at Las Vegas for the running of the South Point 400. About to get this round of 8 underway. Last year this race hosted the championship. This year hosts the round of 8 opener. Race number 34 of 37 in 2025. Josh Berry, Daniel Suarez lead us to the green flag. We're racing at Las Vegas. Time in the day's race, it's going to be Barry, Chastain side by side, and we're seeing a super speedway style racing that we've seen here within the past few years with the next gen car, and it was kind of unexpected. You know, we had a different aero package running Kansas and kind of brought the old one back today here to Las Vegas, and we're seeing this pack style racing as Ross Chastain's out front. Chastain has been winless all year long, missed the playoffs, of course, not playoff driver, obviously, don't need to point that out. We got Kyle Larson on the inside, though, who has come a late season championship favorite by winning those 3 races in a row earlier in the playoffs, says he's going to take the race lead away. Byron's going to be right behind him in second. Byron won the spring race here a year ago. He's going to go up the track. Going to go 3 wide right now for the race lead. 3 wide for the race lead. Byron, Chastain, Larson, and this is only the 3rd lap of 47 here. Still a long way to go if they're going to be racing like this, and they're going to be wrecking coming towards the checkers. Byron's going to be on the inside. William Byron is going to lead that lap. Larson's going to make some very small contact with the 1 car. Going to move him up the racetrack just a little bit. That's going to allow the 60 of Ryan Priest to the inside. Almost sent Suarez. Both have orange cars, so that's kind of why. Ryan Priest is going to go to the inside. You know, Talladega's in 2 weeks. I thought we were going to see this type of racing at Dega. I didn't expect to see it at Las Vegas, as Ryan Priest is going to lead that lap. The driver out of Connecticut. Chase Briscoe running there in 3rd. This is the first time ever in his career he's made the championship, or the round of 8. 2nd year in a row that he's made the playoffs. They're going to be side by side still. Everyone's side by side. I'm shocked we really haven't seen a breakaway just yet. I think once we get green flag pit stops here, as the day goes on, I think that's when we're going to start to see the separation. Laps come by pretty quickly. This track goes by pretty fast. Yeah, you can see that the flyby of the field right there. Larson Priest going to drive up the track just a little bit. Look at Connor Zilich in the 7. Connor Zilich, who finished 2nd to Taylor Gray in yesterday's NASCAR Xfinity Series race. Taylor Gray is going to be fighting for a championship, as the 19 is going to get a little tight. Going to make contact with the 60 and the 24. 3 wide for the lead. Zilich is going to have it on the inside. Zilich, you know, going full-time next year to drive for Trackhouse. Doesn't know the number yet, but we kind of got confirmation it'll either be the 87 or 99. As the 7, Connor Zilich leads that lap. I believe that's his first career Cup lap led, if I'm not mistaken, so that's going to be the first of many for Connor Zilich. Definitely going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, the overall championship favorite in the Xfinity Series this year. Of course, as I mentioned a minute ago, he has a Cup ride lined up for next year. And here's a guy who's won here at Las Vegas before, but does not have a win in 2025. That's Joey Logano, the 2018 NASCAR Cup Series champion. Yes, he only has 1 championship in this university, guys. As Riley Herbst's going to be the inside, the Texas winner from this season. Changed over to 2311. Riley Herbst does not really have a Cup ride lined up for next year. Rumors are going that he could go to AM Racing to drive the number 25 car next year, as Harrison Burton won't be there next year. Bowman's going to take the race lead that lap. Pretty much almost a new lap leader every single lap is going to make contact right there at the 35 and the 22. Down the back straightaway. Reach lap 10 and around goes the 35 Riley Herbst. Goes around off the front bumper of Logano. Logano's going to get into Zilich. Zilich is going to keep the car straight. He saves it. Nemechek makes some contact as well as the 6 of Kozlowski, I believe. Caution is out on lap number 10 for a spin with the 35 of Riley Herbst. Rookie out of, well, here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Rookie here in lap 10. Here's the replay of it. Just squeezes the 22 right there. Was running hard, trying to keep that 22 right behind him. Just gets up into him. And, I mean, you can't be really doing that here this early in the race. Can't be making those types of mistakes. And Riley just made that mistake. Then Logano spins down in the 7. Gets into him. Looks like, I think Connor's going to be fine. I think Logano's, he's going to be fine. The 35 is going to be fine. He's going to have some small damage to the inside of the car, I think. Maybe some chassis damages. Ooh, yeah, he did get into the 6. Yeah, Larson hit him a little bit. Maybe some small cosmetic damage to the 5. I believe this will mostly be cosmetic. I don't think it'll be anything too internal. As the 35 just goes on the outside and spins on the outside wall. Here's an onboard. So tough day for the Las Vegas native. As we get the green flag back in the air here. 16 is a lap down as Bowman's now the leader as the green flag back in the air. Bowman got a great jump, of course, because that lapped car, Daniel Hemrick in the 16 is going to hold up the 19 of Chase Briscoe. Briscoe's going to try to take a look on the outside right there. Trying to run in Priest's line. Bowman, good start. 19 is going to have a great restart here. Maybe have a good chance at getting around the 48 to get his lap back here and get back on the lead lap. But Priest has been pretty fast. I'm really surprised and proud of Priest today as we got some green flag pit stops. The Hendrick teammates, the 5 of Larson, the 24 Byron, they go down the pit lane. So does Logano, it looks like. So they're taking the risky strategy. They're going to pit right here. That could help them maybe in the long run. It could help them, get a better finish or have a good chance at winning this race later on. I believe I mentioned Logano was one of them as well, as now it's become a 6-car pack in the front, 5 cars on the lead lap racing for position. The only car lap down is that 16 on the inside. You see there, that's Daniel Hemrick, who signed a 1-year deal with the Colleague Racing Team next year to drive the number 16. As there's been rumors that that Colleague Racing Team could go to 2 cars, as Gregson could renumber to the 4 for front row, and they could have a second car, the 10. A driver is to be announced. Won't be Ty Dillon because he sucks. Anyway, enough of breaking the 4th wall as we're 3 wide right behind him. Josh Berry's going to get a big run to the inside. Look at Berry. He's had some success here in the Xfinity Series. Won here twice, back-to-back years in the fall, 21, 22. 2021 when he won it, he was part-time and he was driving the 1, substituting for my fellow Iowan, Michael Lynette, who had a bunch of health issues that year, retired, and then the year after that, ran a full-time season. Going board Chase Briscoe. Briscoe, you have a chance of running the championship for. Last year he was, I want to say he was around a 16 exit, or at least he made the round of 12. But this year has been miles different than last year for Briscoe. 1 win last year, an early playoff exit. This year, 4 wins and a championship threat. He is that good this year. 2025 could be his year. We go to Martinsville next week. I think he could have a good shot at a drafting track in Talladega. That's where he got his first career win, though. But enough talking about Priest here. Let's focus on the leaders because that's what our cameras have been focusing on. These 2 guys are winless this year. Barry is thus in his sophomore season and winless in the Cup Series, trying to get his first Cup win today in his career. And Chastain trying to get his first win of the season. Ryan Preece is on his bumpers as well as trying to get his first career win. The veteran modified legend from New England. Up there in, like I said, Connecticut. As Chastain now is going to have the slight advantage over the 34 of Josh Berry. Berry led the last lap. Chastain's going to lead this lap. About halfway, almost halfway in this race. Lap 23, once we hit the line this time by, will be halfway in this race. 34 is going to have the run on the outside, with the 48 being on his bumper closer to him and having Briscoe right behind him. Briscoe's pretty fast today. Take a look at the flyby. They're going to swap the lead again. Cody Ware out of the pit lane. Don't know why we're paying attention to that. As Josh Berry leads that lap. So Berry leads this lap. That means Chastain's going to lead this lap. Or maybe not, because Chastain's starting to lose a little bit of ground. Chastain does not have a sponsor this week. I think him not winning has kind of affected that a little bit. And now he's going to get held up by the 15 of Cody Ware, and that's going to help the 34's lead as Josh Berry now has a big lead. Bowman's going to be able to be the first car to get around the 15. Briscoe might be the second one in that 19 car. As we take a look here at the cars that have pitted, Larson, Logano, those guys going to be possibly on the verge of going a lap down. On board with 48. Now on board with the 19, now on board with the 34 car. And I mean, Josh Berry, you expect them to maybe have a good shot at winning next weekend in Martinsville, or maybe the next weekend in Talladega. But he's been running good today, but he has a challenger for the lead on the inside. That's going to be the 48 car of Alex Bowman. Bowman's going to have it on the inside. He's been pretty fast today. Bowman. Barry barely had him on the outside, but Bowman's going to have it. Going to have that slide edge over the 34. Chastain, fellow Chevy driver, is going to be, as we know, I guess skip ahead in the program. I totally forgot that was in there, so I'm just going to leave that in. We're back from commercial, I guess. I don't know what the hell that was. Josh Berry, though, is the race lead. Oh, trouble! Around goes the 47. Stenhouse hard in the wall. Goes for a spin. Down on the apron. Single car incident. Caution waves. He's going to come back up the racetrack. Going to roll. We just signed. What is he doing? Oh, he's going to go upside down. Stenhouse upside down, sliding on his roof. What was he doing there? He was not thinking. Well, here's what happened. Oh, Denny Hamlin got into him, spun him out. And then hard into the wall goes the 47. Noah Gregson going to get into him. And whoa, look at the 43. The 43 of Eric Jones nearly gets into him. Then, all right, Stenhouse was thinking, and everyone else is thinking, oh, he's all right. He's all right. He's just rolling. And then all of a sudden, he comes up and absolutely kills himself in the 66. What are you doing? You can't be doing that. You can't be just merging up in the traffic whenever. I don't think he was listening to his spotter. And then it was upside down. Is going to hit the wall right here at the driver's side. I think that was the driver's side. And the skids on his lid. There's a good angle of it. 66 got a lot of air, and just that car basically just stops in his tracks. I think the 33 of Austin Hill as well. He was preparing to take over the 3 car next year, as Austin Dillon has the final 3 races of his career. Yeah, Austin Hill does hit him. And then the 47 slides on his roof, hits the wall with the driver's side. Wow. Just a wild term of events right here in the Sin City. Last year this race was pretty calm, went caution-free, went incident-free, Bell locked up the championship. Like I mentioned at the beginning, this race held the championship last year. This year it's going to be in Homestead just a few weeks from now, sadly. But yeah, just announce. Bowman currently leading though over the 34 car. Josh Berry. Berry's going to have a shot at the inside. He's going to take a look at it right here, side by side. There they go. 34 is going to go up the racetrack just a little bit. Whoa, Zilich nearly goes around. Blaney's going to come up and around goes Bubba Wallace. 44 gets into it. Multiple cars go around. Caution is out once again. Bubba Wallace got the worst of it right there. It's pretty much the car to go full spin. Let's take a good look at what happened right there. Looks like, oh, the 12 of Blaney just got into Zilich. Zilich gets loose. He tries to save it. 12's trying to overcorrect it as well. He gets a little bit loose. He overcorrects it too much. Gets into the 23 right there. And around it goes Bubba. Right in front of the 44. And look at Busher. He's just going to send it in on the inside right there and barely get hit. And barely gets missed by the 44. Wow, that was crazy right there. 17 nearly got taken out right there. But great heads-up maneuver. There's Herbst. He nearly gets involved into a second one today. Blaney saw the 23 on his outside. And here we go. It's going to be 2-4. It's 2 underdogs. Leading him back, Custer, Berry. Custer gets a great restart on the outside. I think Berry just didn't have the great launch. I mean, he did have a better car on the outside. Custer did. That was the 9 of Chase Elliott, who's on that outside. Berry's going to be on the inside, side by side for the lead. He's going to have that slight lead, slight edge over the 41. As the 34 is going to take the lead on the inside. As we got cars pitting here with less than 5 laps to go. Can Josh Berry hold on and win this race? 4 laps to go. 4 laps to go for Josh Berry. Or will it beat Custer? Look at who's in third. That's the 77, Carson Hocevar, battling it with Cindric. It's going to be a non-playoff driver maybe. The highest playoff guy running in this race is the 9 of Chase Elliott. Coming to 3 to go. 3 laps to go now for the 34. Josh Berry trying to hold on and win this race. Going to go up the racetrack just a little bit. Cars coming out of the pit lane right now. Bunch of cars going to be lapped down. A bunch of playoff guys. Berry has a big lead right now. Battle for third between Chastain and the 2. Leaders pit. The leaders are pitting. The leaders are pitting. Will Josh Berry be able to hold on and win it? Reddick's still in his pit stall. Now he exits it. Here the cars exiting the pit lane. Oh, trouble! Crash down the back straightaway. Zilich, Gibbs, Bowman, Hill. As here we come to the overtime restart. 1 car. It's going to be a playoff car. Playoff implications for the 19 of Chase Briscoe. Out of gas, I believe. It's going to be Larson and Suarez. Larson, a playoff guy, trying to point his way into the championship. It's overtime in Las Vegas. Suarez on that outside trying to get that second win of the year. Suarez either going to Junior Motorsports next year in Xfinity or going to Spire Cup. Byron nearly goes around on the back straightaway. Contact made. Goes in the wall. On the inside, comes back up the track. Massive crash. One car in the fence. That is Kyle Busch. A massive crash in turn 3. A lot of fire coming out of the 8. The catch fence is gone. Here's the replay. Look at Kyle Busch. Gets launched up into the fence. Reddick nearly goes upside down. Busch nearly goes upside down. Luckily, those cars keep it on the ground. Well, Busch really didn't. And Busch rides the fence and rides the wall in 3 and 4. Wow. That is an automatic red flag as Kyle Larson now leading it here at Las Vegas. The 45 gets into the 8. And then it was the 35 of Herbst who gets into the back end of Busch. Launches that car off the ground. The back end rips the fence down. That's going to be a bit of a lengthy repair. But the thing is, there's no stands there. So they're going to put down some not a strong netting there. So if it happens again, or there could be a car flying out the catch fence. There's the cars right now. Red flag is out. Kyle Larson's leading it over the 99 of Daniel Suarez. As Ryan Preece, who's in third. A lot of these guys, I think the top 3 has a really good shot at winning it, obviously. I think the 5 has the best shot at winning it, being a past winner here. And when last time Larson won here was in 2021, went on to win the championship that year, 4 wins this year. Going to try to point himself into the championship for this year. Here it is from the spotter cam. And just a horrific accident right there in 3 and 4. You can see the 42 had a big hit. And then up ahead, we had a smaller wreck between Zilich, Buscher, Bubba Wallace goes through the grass. And then oncoming traffic nearly hitting those cars. Luckily, they didn't respond. Busch is on board. Here's the 45s on board. Those 2 cars going off the track, and next time he sees them, they're going to hit him. Took from behind. He comes up the racetrack and goes into the 41's left rear quarter panel and gets in the NEMA check. And I mean, this wreck was bad. The worst wreck of the day. We've had a lot of hard hits today. We had a car go upside down in Stenhouse, but this is worse than that flip. Getting a fence crash, that's obviously going to be worse. Nearly had 2 cars going upside down right there. I mean, easily the 45 could have went up and over. I think the 8 had a better chance of going over, though. Here we go. It's going to be the second overtime attempt. The last one was crazy. We saw a car go in the fence. It's going to be Preece, Suarez. Green flag back in the air. Who's going to win it? Got 2 Hendrick cars right behind them. 2 guys trying to point themselves in. Non-playoff guys side by side in row 1. Here comes Noah Gragson. Noah Gregson's going to make it 3 wide on the inside. Down the back stretch with 2 to go. Here comes Gragson. Does Gragson get his first ever win in an upset in his hometown in Las Vegas? Here he comes. He has a big run on the inside. Will it be a first-time winner in Las Vegas? Coming to the white flag. Contact made. Big crash. 1 car upside down. Nearly going upside down. That is Larson. Gibbs goes for a spin. And the question is, who's in front at the moment of caution and who, and did they make it to the white flag under green? It might have been Byron who won this race. Might be the 60 went around though. I don't think the 60 would hold the spot, though, since he wrecked. Wow, we're going to have to take a look at what happened there. And all right, we're going to try to sync it up to when the caution lights come on. You see there the 60 of Priest was sideways across the line. They're going 4 wide right there. It was either, all right, let's see here. Going to go frame by frame. I believe right there, I think we have a good angle of it. Looks like the 60 did hit the line while the green flag was still out. And now we're going to see when the caution came out, it was either the 2 or the 24 who was out front at the moment of caution. The winner of this race is either Cindric or Byron. I'm not sure when the caution comes out, though. All right, let's line it up here. Once the pace car lights come on, that's when the caution comes out. There it is. You can see the 24 is visibly in front. And so William Byron is the winner at Las Vegas. He's going to Homestead with a chance to fight at the championship. William Byron wins a thriller in Las Vegas. How about that? Second win of the year.